Every occasion, it seems. Mickey Quinn steps back into the starting lineup in place of Gavin Peacock, who again has a hamstring injury. Whichever way Keegan shuffles his pack, he seems to come up with a winning formula. Paul Wilkinson will relish the challenge more than most. He scored the only goal at St James Park on Boxing Day when the Borough completed an impressive double over their Tyneside rivals back in Division 2 days. In fact, Middlesbrough have very definitely had the upper hand in Tyne's derbies recently, including a League Cup victory over 2 legs a couple of years ago. The present Borough squad, looking to continue that run, includes young Jamie Pollock in midfield, still replacing the injured Andy Peake. And back in goal, Ian Ironside, the usual deputy keeper, who's recalled because on loan Brian Horn was not released for cup duty. Referee, David Allison from Lancaster. So it's Middlesbrough in red who kick off, attacking the goal to our left in this first leg of this 2-leg affair. Middlesbrough 6th in the Premier Division, Newcastle in the form of their lives, but under pressure here in the opening minute. And that ball from Tommy Wright flashing right across the face of the other Tommy Wright's goal. Tommy Wright, the signing from Leicester there, wide on the left, giving Tommy Wright, the goalkeeper from Linfield, who's forced his way into the team, just a little anxiety in the opening minutes. Newcastle, of course, played 7, won 7 in the league, and so full of confidence, but now facing a Premier Division challenge from the rivals just down the A19. And as we've said in the build-up to this game, Middlesbrough have developed a habit of upsetting the odds against Newcastle, who will forget that epic game down at Ayresome Park when Borough pulled out their best to keep themselves in Division 2 and send promotion-chasing Newcastle into the playoffs and ultimately to disappointment. And Newcastle have started at a ferocious pace in all their games at St James Park so far this season, with Lee Clark, the number 10 there, in tremendous form. Already he's won the Barclays Young Eagle for the region's Young Player of the Month. And that's a good ball to Kevin Scott to keep the momentum going. Scott forward there for Kelly. Ironside committed. Kelly brings it back. Mickey Quinn, and away by Morris. And it could still be loose, and Clark denied. And Middlesbrough really under the cosh there. And still they haven't got the ball clear. And the referee has pulled play back there. And it was Ian Ironside's keenness to get off his line that created that opening. Mickey Quinn looking to make the most of it, but the cover was there and the danger was clear. And it's Newcastle who have the free kick now. Everyone ahead of Beresford apart from his keeper. And Kelly, oh, somehow that one stayed out. David Kelly must have thought that one was in the back of the net. Most of the Gallagher end behind him were up and dancing there in celebration. Kelly just slipped in there over Ironside. He got a touch to it and off the underside of the bar and just escaped. And Kelly could not have come closer then. So Middlesbrough hang on then, 10 minutes gone. Towards Wilkinson, didn't get there. Howie saw to that. Pump forward for Mickey Quinn. White. Still it's Newcastle who come forward. Sheedy knew that Beresford would be moving up. Maybe moving up a bit too quickly, or the linesman certainly was right there. Bringing play back some little distance. Alan Kernahan towards Wilkinson. Nice little flick there, looking for Tommy Wright. Hooked away by Howie. Quinn underneath it. Quinn got to it first. Phillips can bang the ball forwards for Wilkinson to scrap for it, and Middlesbrough have got some players in here. They're waiting for it. And Hendry nearly had the chance to put Middlesbrough ahead against his old club there. Him and Wright seemed to be waiting for the ball to fall most conveniently. Hendry eventually had the go, but Tommy Wright just did enough. Left forward again, Kelly's little touch really came for Quinn. Sheedy, this is out for Kelly. That's a good strike, and Ironside was down, and Kelly lets that one go behind. But David Kelly got the chance then to line up his shot. It was a low, solid drive, and Ironside was down. Venison. Now Sheedy hits on his wrong foot, but he still gets that cross in. And it was Howie right up there. Steve Howie back into his striking role. You see Terry McDermott leaning back there to the left of the picture. Twice the League Cup finalist, a winner in 81 against West Ham and a loser in 82 against Spurs. Wouldn't mind another trip back this year, I'm sure. This is Beresford to Kelly, O'Brien, Howie, Lee, Howie again, O'Brien. They're trying to find a way through this packed Borough midfield towards Quinn. Quinn, little touch for Clark. He was really looking to get a curve on that one, I think. And if the occasion warrants a little bit of ingenuity, then Lee Clark, on his form so far this season, has all the confidence to try something. Ball knocked in, and Quinn got the touch. Clark sized it up first time, looking to bend it, not quite right this time. Venison. Charged down by Tommy Wright, and Howie to the rescue, and Scott, but again great effort in the midfield by Middlesbrough. Jamie Pollock on that occasion. Kelly, good ball to Robert Lee, and O'Brien really can hit them from that range. And there's so much confidence in the Newcastle team, they'll have a go as well. Already got a couple so far this season. Robert Lee laid it back, wallop. Flashing past the post. Just check that Ironside didn't get a touch there. Nowhere near. O'Brien. Square for Scott. Sheedy. And they've got a touch. It's a corner kick to Newcastle. Sheedy can't get over there to get on with it quick enough. Nicky Quinn there, right on that far post. Quickly taken for Beresford. And square for O'Brien, who might look to hit one again. Through to Sheedy, and he couldn't just take it in his stride. Norris for Middlesbrough. It's out there by Kevin Scott. And again by Scott. Venison. Just for a moment. Birmingham hadn't. Again, Newcastle pick it up. And Mickey Quinn drives in the middle. Quinn, Ironside again, rock solid. Quinn looking hard done to through the challenge. That's what he didn't like, that arm holding him back. He's still got his shot in. Ironside held on well. Wilkinson running as eagerly as ever, and so too Mustoe. Morris, Mustoe, full of running all the time, kept on going. Pollock. Tommy Wright is the man out behind Venison. This is Wright against Venison. A thumping tackle there from Venison. Wright certainly didn't like it though. The lines were right on the pitch. Wright obviously claiming that Venison stamped in there. Venison obviously finding it mildly entertaining. See if we can see anything this time. Tommy Wright brought it down. Went on the outside. And maybe it was when his trailing leg got caught up and Venison let it go. Venison gets a bit of a lecture. Doesn't look too mortified. Never got the free kick though. Phillips knocks this corner kick in. Well-headed clear by Howie. And it's going to come straight back in from Pollock, and Kernahan was in there. And it was just enough of a touch from Kevin Scott. And O'Brien belts it forward. Quinn, his challenge was enough. Clark rods. Brilliant tackle that by Mustoe, but they couldn't make anything of it. Maybe they can now. Middlesbrough really pressing forward strongly now. Wilkinson there, and Beresford just did enough. Tommy Wright must have thought he was in with a chance there. Wright bangs the ball across towards Wilkinson, and Phillips, and Falconer, and Wright grabs it. Bizarre that might have been, but it would have been a real blow to Newcastle if Falconer had taken that one in his stride. Tommy Wright under more pressure at the end of this first half than he has been so far. Middlesbrough very quick to strike. Beresford thought he might have done enough. Had to check back Tommy Wright. And eventually it came from Falconer, his little touch. So nearly gave us a scoreline at the end of this first half. Ian Ironside by far the busier of the two keepers, but he's looked solid and he'll be pleased with his first half's work, and so in general I'm sure will be Middlesbrough. The half-time scoreline is Newcastle United 0, Middlesbrough 0. Away we go in the second half then. Newcastle not accustomed so far this season to having to wait this long to draw blood, but Middlesbrough proving every inch different class opposition than maybe they've had before, and Ian Ironside straight away is having to take that one, and that of course is a free kick. That was technically a back pass. Ian Ironside said, well, how do you sort that one out? But we're going to have a free kick and we are going to have some fun at the start of this second half sorting this one out. David Allison in no doubt. That was a back pass. That is a free kick. And there's only one place they can go. It's going to be like the team photograph along that line. Sheedy and O'Brien are very much the hot shots. Somebody will have to tee it up. It'll have to be hit high or hit square. Clark is wide there as well. Venison is in there. They're all in there. 6 yards out, you can see right on the edge of that box. The referee's got it sorted out. Tee up for Sheedy, and Ironside got there somehow and deflected over the top from Liam O'Brien. And O'Brien gets the corner kick. Ian Ironside may well feel that justice was done. A bit of a clattering there as he went out for that one, but he was off his line like a rocket and certainly was there to charge the effort down. Corner kick Sheedy knocks it across. Ironside stays this time. It's come out deep and headed away by Kernigan. And Tommy Wright sprinting away for this one. Scott trying to catch him up. Venison is there, he's push it and run it, and Wright has got some legs on him. And Tommy Wright again was off there. Now, we have to check who got the last touch on that one. The linesman was flagging. I'm sure it was Wright. He looks around appealing. I think it was just for a fence there. David Allison checking with his linesman. And it's certainly been a tempestuous start to the second half. And Wright's going into the book. We're on now for McQuinn. Nice little touch back. Just couldn't keep it going. Venison maybe, not this time. Trying to burst through there. Nobody was going to get knocked off the ball easily in this cup tie. Morris, that was dangerous. That was cut out. Not forward again. Well brought down by Kevin Scott. And onside, Quinn had to lay it back for Clark. Out for Sheedy. Calling for it in the middle. Kelly would like to go on the end of that one a little bit more strongly. Kelly with a regular target for the balls thrown in a little higher there. Wilkinson, another clever little nod on. Beresford. Sheedy. Clark making the run. Inside away. Injured in his fourth outing of the season, Ironside, when he had his chance, and he's playing a lot of good so far. Play on, says the referee. Beresford tries to oblige. Sheedy having a look up ahead of him. Clark's made a good run. Kelly too battling, but Wright was just as positive in his covering. And not messed about Middlesbrough when straightforward defending has been called for. Beresford now going to have a go at perhaps getting a bit of distance in the throw. He just drops it short and goes for the return instead. Breaks the opening for Sheedy. Little flick there for Clark, and behind for the corner kick, and there was another little flurry of activity there. Faulkner obviously struggling there, holding his calf. And you've really got to get in early for your tickets these days at St James Park. It may not be as big as the league crowds, but it's still another very impressive turnout. Still they've got this corner kick to clear. Kevin Sheedy has been waiting patiently. Here's Sheedy with the corner. O'Brien, and again denied. O'Brien is looking all the time to crash one in. Sheedy hitting the corner deep. Knocked out, and O'Brien straight away seizes the chance to just get that bit of a bobble. And Billy Slaven coming on instead of Willie Faulkner, which is a positive move by Lenny Lawrence. Faulkner, a midfield player. Hendry perhaps will push into a slightly deeper role, with Slaven giving Wilkinson support. Got a defender there, John Gittins. He could have gone for the more negative option, and he's kept more balance by bringing on Slaven. Beresford gets round his man. Beresford looking to get to that touchline perhaps, but again Morris gets an important touch. And he got the throw as well. Hendry first time, Slaven. Hendry knocking it forward, and Slaven straight away in the wars. Slaven got a knock on his first touch. Beresford towards Quinn. Quinn takes it down well. Kernahan out there. Kernahan did well and knocks it clear. A touch on by Wilkinson. Scott, though, has time. And again, the rule keeps play moving. Beresford forward. Kelly, such a willing runner, and Kernahan, such a determined defender. The referee deciding to blow the whistle. The linesmen have been flagging. And I think he's going to have a word with Kernahan. I think it's going to be more than a word. Kernahan, who has scrapped and battled his way to the captaincy of his club, where it looked as though he might have been on his way to Charlton, showing all his determination, just edging the wrong side of the law for Mr. Allison. So, free kick now to Newcastle. Beresford will take it. Onside checks across. And the throw is Middlesbroughs. Phillips, you can see with blood coming down the side of his face, and he's got a bang in there. It really has been keenly contested, to say the least. Slaven. Finn's overhead flick. White. They have looked solid, Middlesbrough at the back. Derek White signing from Celtic, certainly given them more experience. Back now for Venison. Clark, angle ball in, but again Middlesbrough get it clear. Wilkinson nicking the ball away there from Howie and waiting for the support to arrive. Slaven's got a lot of space. Hendry now. Hendry. And Tommy Wright went skating across his line then. And the Newcastle defence nearly in trouble there. Hendry with a rare chance to test his old club's defence. Wilkinson picked the ball to start it all. It was really good control by Hendry. And Wright was pleased to see that one go wide. Touching around, and Lee got that shot in. Well, he hasn't seen quite so much of the ball in this second half, but showing his eagerness to shoot there. Now inside, solid once more. Scott chipping it forward there for Sheedy, brought it down well. Morris, though, not giving him any room, and good play by Morris. Pollock and Hendry. Hendry pushing the ball around and carrying on, but it was good cover again by Kevin Sheedy. 32, the senior man, Kevin Sheedy. Scampering around like a 2-year-old there. So corner to Middlesbrough. Phillips knocks it in deep. Wright trying to jump there. Brian got a toe to it. Great leap there by Mickey Quinn. And Hendry again letting the ball do the work, but the covering was from Scott. Kernahan. Kernahan again. O'Brien knocked it back, now Wright will have to clear, and there wasn't much to spare with the other Tommy Wright coming in on him. Mustoe battling for all he's worth. And tremendous running in the midfield by both sides. Now Lee to Lee Clark. Venison storming up outside him to give an extra man. Nice 1-2 this for Kelly. Kelly round Ironside. Ironside did extremely well again, but the ball still in play. Venison across goal, and Sheedy and Ironside back again. Inspirational work there by Ian Ironside. He really is having a game and a half now. Sheedy, of all people, popping up for the header. Ironside was straight out there, first of all to deny Kelly, and then had to get right back on his bike. Venison swung the ball in. There was Sheedy through the middle, and Ironside did miraculously there to hold on. Well, he couldn't get to that one first. Tommy Wright does, though. Beresford. Towards Kelly. It's an up and under for someone to challenge for. O'Brien looking very determined, but Morris can play the ball forward. Wilkinson doing well to take that one, but so little support, but still he's chasing for everything going and pushing into Kevin Sock there with his boot raised a little. He's going to get a word from it, but I really don't think that merits a yellow card. Wilkinson suitably apologetic. We never do it again. Sheedy. O'Brien trying to open play out. Howie through the middle for Clark. Lee's made a run ahead of him. Clark still trying to find a black and white shirt. Venison to O'Brien. O'Brien, little flick by Kelly looking for Quinn. And finally away by Phillips, only as far as Venison. To Clark. Clark running at the middle of the defence. Sheedy. Clark kept on running and kept it going in the middle. Kelly trying to turn, and Sheedy turning. The only one there eventually was Robbie Mustoe. And a lot of quality in the football, and a lot of accuracy in the passing, and a lot of organisation in that Borough defence. Sheedy with a corner again. Ironside stays on his line this time. O'Brien trying to push it back towards goal. And Quinn it won't go in. Away off the line. And again they were under the cosh. Morris there. And it just looked as though Mickey Quinn might have got the better of Ironside for once. Organisingly close to a goal there, but Middlesbrough always seem to have someone hanging around when it matters most. And now it's Tommy Wright through the middle, and the other Tommy Wright out to clear. Looking at that one again, it was O'Brien's determination that really made it happen. Kelly threw for Quinn off the back of his head, and Ironside didn't get a touch this time. Morris, though, banged the ball clear. Sub coming on, Franz Carr coming on for the new boy, Robert Lee. Carr, the man who had to make way for Newcastle's latest signing, and a very encouraging round of applause for quite a bright start for Lee. Franz Carr comes on, and he can cause problems, of course. Now Franz Carr claims for handball. Supported by the referee. Exactly where the offence took place, but still off and rolling with Liam O'Brien. Venison. Quinn. Nice little flick there, but the cover came from Tommy Wright. Venison again. Again, marking so tight. Sheedy. Sharp out for Beresford. Now O'Brien. And onside again, the equal. O'Brien once more with his shooting boots on. Just his sort of range. Arriving from the slightly deeper position. Sized it up. Onside in confident mood tonight. Terry McDermott leaning right forward there. Keegan on his feet. Never a League Cup winner himself. I bet he would love a trip to Wembley. Morris with the throw. Put out by Beresford. Mustoe. Phillips. Around Franz Carr. Phillips going forward. Slaven is wide. Back for Mustoe. Mustoe tries one. Not that far away. Robbie Mustoe has been sleeves rolled up in the engine room and coming forward that time to look for a bit of the glamour. And Wright dives, but it was going wide. O'Brien. Benson. Back for O'Brien. Sheedy might crack one. Goes around one man. And he cuts the deflection to Clark. And it's loose again and cleared, and Middlesbrough survive. Good defending by Jimmy Phillips it was. As the other number 3, Beresford, has a go, and again Ironside. Absolutely defiant. Blood on Beresford as well. It's been a right old battle out there. And Ironside twice in the thick of it. Again, he really has had an inspired evening, and finally holding on to that drive from Beresford. Sheedy again. Forward by Morris. Hendry. Now Tommy Wright through the middle. Tommy Wright could snatch something here. Wide of that upright. Chances have been precious enough for Newcastle, let alone Middlesbrough, who have spent most of the time penned back. Tommy Wright was skating through the middle there. Wright making nothing in pace, and going away from Tommy Wright, the keeper that is. Go to Newcastle. Sheedy. That's a careless one. Straight at Robbie Mustoe. Could that cost Newcastle dear? Hendry. And they kept it out. How did they escape that time? Maybe they still haven't. The referee's whistle's gone though. And that was very nearly disaster for Newcastle and triumph for Middlesbrough in the final seconds. Would have been a precious advantage that for the Borough to take down to Ayresome Park in a fortnight's time. It was Slaven there, and so too was Wilkinson. And Slaven chasing back again, but the whistle had gone by then. Well, we always knew it was going to be tight and going to be close, and so it proved. And if Newcastle wanted to measure themselves against Premier Division opposition, then David Kelly and co have found themselves up against a very organised and determined Middlesbrough team. Kelly, in fact, came the closest to scoring early on for Newcastle, but an impressive defensive display, especially by Ian Ironside, who was the equal of everything that Newcastle could throw at him. Make sure it's level for the second leg. Slaven so nearly snatched it right in the last seconds. But a fine display by both sides, good, intelligent football and absorbing entertainment all the way through. And that man, Ian Ironside, will be delighted for one to take a clean sheet down to Ayresome Park for the second leg. At half-time in the two-leg affair, so to speak, it's Newcastle United 0, Middlesbrough 0.
Proud of my place tonight. They gave me everything. They gave the crowd everything. The crowd got right behind them. We threw everything we had at Middlesbrough. And to be fair, they did stand up and they were counted. And a little bit of luck here, a little bit of bad luck there. It sort of decided that it stayed 0-0. But how it stayed 0-0 with the football we've seen, I don't know.
It was a tough game. It went the way I thought. They started at 150 miles an hour. They were a much improved team, Newcastle. They had us on the ropes in the first 20 minutes, but we kept them out. Finished the first half strong, as indeed we finished the second half strongly. But it was a tough game, and obviously we're pleased to go back to Ayresome Park all square.
Managers like clean sheets, nobody likes them even more than goalkeepers, and Ian Ironside came in for you tonight and really pulled out the stops.
Yeah, he arrived in terms of first team football of the Premier League tonight, and he made some great saves.
This was a very crucial early one against David Kelly, which must have set him up for the game.
Yeah. Had a little bit of a nightmare in the pre-season tournament here, Ian, so he would have wanted to have done well. He's got up and tipped that onto the bar really well and kept it out with a reflex save there. He followed that with some good stuff, and he was quite commanding, and there was a double save where he came out of somebody's feet later in the game and then recovered across his goal to save. So I'm pleased for the boy. You know, he's a good lad, and he's found it hard, but as I say, when he was called upon tonight, he did the business.
Of course, they'll look at that and say it's a good result, but from my point of view, not conceding a goal was very important, because we're always likely to go there and nip a goal or two. We play different to them. They came here tonight they'd done their own work, to be fair to Lenny Lawrence. They played 5 across the middle, 1 lad up, and then they broke quick to get with him. And we knew they'd do this, and we just needed a goal, then he'd have to come out a little bit. But it's half-time. I think the only difference between here and there is that we'll definitely take our allocation of tickets for the game at Ayresome Park. We'll have tremendous support there. I thought the Middlesbrough fans here tonight made an awful lot of noise. And the tie is still wide open, everything to play for.
So amazingly, it's even Stevens after a unique game.
In the south is that nobody who's ever